The 3 best new arrivals of the week are here. Come see what we found. Hi guys, awesome to see you.
Hey,
Great to see you.
Good to be here.
I know it's not gonna ever be a real episode if you guys aren't here, so I appreciate you continuously coming back. And I see you found some watches this week.
Oh yeah.
Was it hard?
It always is.
Is it?
No, absolutely not.
No?
I couldn't choose. There were too many good watches
many good
this
ones?
week. Yes.
That's what I
Okay.
mean.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was gonna go one way, and then I actually decided to go another way, so I took it to my wrist. So you guys want to do a wrist
took it
check?
to your
Yes.
wrist. I
You
like
want me to
that.
kick
I
us
kind of
off?
did the same thing. So yes,
you?
yes. I want you to kick it
I
off.
know,
though.
it's hard, you guys. Seriously, trying to choose a watch to present each week is not easy. We care about what you think. I care about what you guys think. Also, I don't want to disappoint myself. So, all right, my first choice.
Oh.
I love this watch. This is a vintage ladies OP.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it has kind of this crosshair dial.
dial, yeah.
Yep, do you see that? One of my favorites. There's little tritium lume plots on there. They're super
Yeah.
tiny if you can see them.
Yeah.
It's two-tone, which
love
is
that
also
dial.
just, again, something I'm having a moment with this time.
And then the
but
no text on the bottom just kind of
Yes.
makes it look more empty. It
That's
just gives
not,
you the
it's a Zephyr
crosshair.
style bezel.
Bezel. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just all the little details in this
Very
one.
cool watch.
Vintage, of course, Brandon has taught me.
It's
But
not super common. I mean, you don't see that often.
But you did tell me about your mother, actually. Of all people.
Yeah, growing up, she always wore that.
Yeah,
And,
this is a great everyday watch. I love
brings
it.
back some good memories.
Aw, well, what are you wearing on your wrist today?
I've got on a GMT 1675 from 1971. It's got a nice faded bezel.
Yeah, very faded.
Nice creamy lume plots.
That bezel
Checks-
is money.
Just checks all the boxes.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Bezel's awesome. Well,
Nice.
what are you wearing?
And if you haven't noticed, but come on, I know you guys have noticed. We're all watch people.
Oh, yeah.
Platinum day date with the ice blue dial. God, gorgeous
love that
watch.
watch.
I do love this watch.
I love that watch. It's the contrasting blues. It
Yeah,
gives me a
it's
little
super
hint
nice.
of Cartier, like that
blue
blue.
steel.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's the smooth bezel on this
Yeah.
one. It couldn't
Yeah.
be anything different.
I love it. Yeah, great
All
watch.
right, well, great wrist checks all around here. What are you guys wearing? Let us know in the comments. We do like to see what you guys have on. Had some great ones last week. I really loved the pops of color and how some of our viewers were watching too. The green OP was maybe one of my favorites. I didn't expect the people to kind of play along with it as well. So always fun. Well, you know the deal. Each
Yes.
week you're bringing the top modern watch. You're bringing the top vintage watch. And I'm bringing the top women's watch. So we will not wait any longer.
You ready?
What
What
did
do
you
you got,
find?
Okay,
and
I
why
brought
do you love it?
something very cool, and it's a little uncharacteristic for me. It is President Day, and gold President Day here. Yes, got the Rolex Date 840, solid yellow gold. What I love about this watch is actually the dial. If you notice, it's the diamond motif dial.
No.
The baguettes, yeah, right? Are they baguettes?
No, just the diamond motif. So it's the the
Look.
cross pattern.
Do you see the
On
light?
the dial.
Oh, the cross.
I did not see
It's
that
very
when you were holding
subtle.
it up.
It shows up
Wow.
more pronounced in the
Texture,
daylight. But you do notice it once the light catches it just right. It's very fine, right? It's kind of like a black on black pattern, and then when the light catches it just so, you kind of see those diamonds. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And like I said, I'm not one that usually reaches for a president or
No.
reaches for a gold watch, but this one, so good. And it's everything you want, right? It has the hidden clasp, the president bracelet, and the dial for me is just a bonus, and the black and gold is such a good combination that, I don't do a ton of president watches, but when I do, this is something I'm reaching for 100% of the time.
Easy to see why.
Yeah.
Not much to not like.
Yeah.
I think everything on there is great.
Yeah, the black and gold. And the day dates, they are kind of dressy, but they're so cool if you just wear them with a t-shirt. I love that.
You can
high-low.
easily kind of dress it down casual. That's, super cool, casual, solid gold look. I figured Emily would be a fan for sure.
Oh yeah, I love that
She wants
watch.
this one in the shareable episode.
Yes, yep, I do. A+.
Fantastic.
nice.
All right, well, you guys saw what I got, but I am very excited to see what you brought to the table.
Today, I found a lady's Cartier. Not just any Cartier, a Cartier tank, friend says. Look at this dial though.
I was going
It
to say,
has an
not just
agate
any
dial.
Cartier tank friends.
I know. So this wonderful watch is adorned with 24 diamonds on this bezel, but there are no hour markers on this because there is actually an agate dial. To me, this dial kind of gives sort of resemblance to a desert landscape, sort of, which is how the striations are in this actual piece of agate, but I love how they kept it very simplified with no hour markers. the best part is that this is white gold. So leave a little bit of those special details there. I love this watch. It feels wonderful on the wrist. It has the butterfly clasp, so it's super comfortable. 18 centimeters, so pretty tiny, but just a lot going on. Just perfectly balanced though. Beautiful watch though, nonetheless.
Yeah, that dial's crazy. I mean, it's like, if you squint close enough, maybe you can see like Forrest Gump running through Monument Valley in there. I don't know. Yeah,
but the hands are white gold too, so you do not get the blue swords that kind of
It
typically come on
matches
Cartier.
And the no cabochon here,
Yep.
it's like a diamond.
It's
I
a
think.
diamond.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
So
it's
kind of
very
a unique, yeah, a unique.
Really unique. I have
tank.
not seen one like this. I mean, with the stone dials, they're always,
I'm a sucker
Right,
for
they're all
stone
gonna
dials.
be technically.
yeah, they're
Yes.
all really special, not to exactly the same kind of thing. This one though, wow. I mean, come on, is that a painting? It literally looks
I
like
know.
a painting. It looks like a beach with a gorgeous blue sky. I mean, I don't know if whoever was finishing the stone had cut that piece because of that, but man, it couldn't get
Right?
any better, right? Also, it's so interesting that the dial is completely sterile other than the stone and the detail in the stone,
kinda
which
nice.
I actually like because there's a lot going on. Like I said,
Yep.
it looks like a painting on the dial. We don't really need markers and all these other things, labels and brands. So the Cartier is actually
In
on,
a unique spot at the bottom.
Yes, it's on the bottom of, it looks like the end link.
Yeah.
On the bracelet, it's engraved the Cartier there. And
Which I'll be honest, isn't my favorite, but I think at least
it's
it's
subtle.
subtle enough that it blends in after a while.
it is, and it's very different. And I mean, I get it.
I would have
It's-
preferred it neutral with nothing to really let that dial and bezel speak, but I'm not gonna hate too much. I would wear
No,
this.
not at all. And I think it's actually kind of odd that there's nothing on the dial until I realized that it's the stone dial and there's so
Yeah.
much going on that it makes sense. They want to give it room to, to shine on its own.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I like it. And then the little diamonds on the sides, I think add a nice little touch,
agree.
right? Anyway, gorgeous watch. I've never seen one of these.
Thank you. Crazy to think this is almost 20 years old. It's a 2005.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
We're getting old too.
I know, little
Very
by little.
special watch.
But
Great
some of
choice.
the older things are very, very lovely.
One final note on this awesome watch is that it is limited. So this actual watch only has 49 other pieces available with it. So 1 of 50 right here.
Wow. 50 watches is an extremely small
Isn't it?
run.
I know. All right, Brandon. What did you find in vintage this week?
Well, you wouldn't have guessed it. A Rolex, a vintage Rolex, reference 5513, circa 1970.
Awesome.
This one's got a really nice, almost like a pumpkin patina.
Oh,
The
yeah.
hands are a bit darker, which is pretty, we see it pretty common.
Yeah.
But in person, it just depends on the light. It's a feet first dial. It's got the folded bracelet, which I believe is 71, which is nice. It makes sense for the watch. If you look closely, it's got the correct non-trip lock crown. It doesn't have the 3 little dots, which I really like. I love these older style crowns. The bezel's aged pretty nicely. It's still pretty black, but certain lights, it's like that very dark gray.
just
Yeah,
a little
my hands are
bit
blue.
fade, yeah.
And this just made me remember, this also has the error diver's extension where they
Oh.
spelled it wrong. So it's also a cool little detail
Yeah.
that you can really dive into. It's funny that, I feel like now Rolex hardly makes any mistakes. We do see some error dials once in a while
Sure.
pop up. But
With the vintage watches, there are so many of those little details you talk about. Like even on this one, it's the non-trip lock crown. It has the air diver extension. It has the feet first dial.
Exactly.
There's just so many of these little variables on the vintage watches that it's kind of fun to notice and collect and see what you have.
it sort of keeps us coming back.
Yeah.
Little by
Gotta have them all.
Yeah, little by little, learning what to love about watches. And I think that's the beauty of watches. What works for somebody in a deep orange patina, maybe doesn't work for someone who likes the pale patina.
Sure.
And that's where there's something for everybody
Yeah.
here. And that's actually what makes our job every week so hard. But I think you guys did a great job this week.
Thank you.
All in all, love every single piece.
Yeah, these are good.
Solid selection.
Yeah.
Nice variety. Nonetheless, we care. What did you guys think? Did you have any favorites? Be sure to let us know in the comments. We will undoubtedly be back again next week with 3 awesome watches. So be sure to tune in then. Until then, though, be well.